What's going on, YouTube? So, here we are, day after Christmas, December 26th. First thing everybody wants to start thinking about, New Year's coming up, New Year's party, everybody's having a good time, going out having fun with your friends, maybe going to meet some girls, meet some guys, whatever you got plans for on New Year's, you're already thinking about it. And then all of a sudden, next Sunday comes, January 1st, New Year's resolution. You're gonna go on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Tinder, Plenty of Fish. You're gonna do all that stuff. You're gonna go there and go, oh, you know what? I'm going to change. New year, new me, new you, all that fun stuff. So what me and Derek decided to do is we're gonna start a whole series this week talking about New Year's resolution goals and how to get them, how to start them. So, me and him have a very similar philosophy. So, the first thing when you're doing a New Year's resolution goal is setting the goal itself. So, you have great experience with this. Your clients, you have some clients that lost 80, 90 pounds. So, when they came to you, what was their first thing? What did they first tell you they want to do?
Well, most of them, want to lose. Some over 50 pounds, some want to lose up to 100, some over 100, and it's great. Initially, you have to have that big picture, that big goal, because that's what really drives you, pushes you every day. Especially whenever you lose motivation, you always got to come back to that. But when it comes to actually achieving those goals, you got to break it up into parts. You didn't put the weight on overnight. You're not going to take it off overnight. So I like to tell them, break it down into increments. I achieved 100 pounds of weight loss. I didn't do it all in 1 month, 3 months, even a year. I try to break it down 10 pounds at a time. That way you can have an achievable goal. You just use those little wins and you build on them. That way you don't get so overwhelmed. You're like, oh my God, I've only lost 4 pounds, this month. I have 96 pounds to go. If you're 100-pound weight loss, like, you're gonna get overwhelmed, and then that's whenever you start to landslide back. And I think that's where most people lose their focus, is they don't break their big goals down into smaller goals.
Well, I always preface my one client, because she does such a good work. But the thing is she came to me and goes, I want to lose 60 pounds. And I said, well, here's the thing. We need to break it down. And much like you, I do 10-pound increments. I'm like, let's worry about the first 10 pounds. Let's worry about that. And then literally within 2 weeks, she lost 7 pounds. Because she kind of took it out of her mind and just focused on that, focused on the workouts, and focused on the diet. So we did that there, and now she's at 30 pounds. And she's in a pant size that she couldn't put on when she was at her lightest, which is 10 pounds below her goal weight, or above her goal weight. So, it's all about starting that first. It's all about setting your big goal and then going, you know what? If my goal this year, my goal is to have abs. That's every guy's year. This year for spring break, for summer, I'm going to show up on the boat. I'm going to have abs. That's number one. That's what we hear the most. Okay, cool. Then first goal, show up to the gym 5 days a week, the first week. And once you show up 5 days, would you agree with that? A little bit of consistency. Hell, even 4 days. The first week you can do 4 days a week. That's your goal number one. All right, I hit goal number one. I'm showing up 4 days a week. All right. Goal number two, let's check your diet. Things like that. So that's the whole point of this week and what we're starting. We want to have, this is kind of like the intro to what we're doing, but we want to say that. So we'll recap it first. First goal, set it. Set the big goal. Set the big picture. And the second part of the goal number one is setting the little increments, the mini goals. So we're going to call big goal the big picture, and your mini goals reaching up to it, just like the stair step. So do you have any first week advice for whether you give it to your new client or the people on YouTube? What's your first week advice?
My first week advice for most people honestly almost isn't even to go to the gym, especially when people reach out to me the first time. It's track. Don't change anything that you're doing as far as eating wise. Let's see what you're consuming right now on a regular basis. And I have them use MyFitnessPal because it's an easy app to download.
It's free.
And it's free. And you know, it kind of gives them an idea of, you know, what really they're taking in.
And be honest. That's
that's the thing too. Like if you're not honest with yourself and you're lying to, you know, whether it's me or, you know, whatever coach you hire, you know, you're not only doing them a disservice because they're trying to help you, you're doing yourself a disservice too, because, you know, how are you going to move on and, you know, say that you want to, you know, achieve a certain goal like weight loss or, you know, muscle building, anything else, if you're not being completely honest with yourself. So that's my number one, as far as like if people want to get started and they reach out and they're like, hey, I want to transform like you did. That's the number one thing I tell them first is, you know, start tracking.
And you say to start tracking now, like, so even before they start the New Year's resolution.
Yep.
If you're serious, like truly serious about your goal, you say start tracking now, and then if you're going out and partying or whatever, kind of keep an idea of how many drinks you've had.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing that, like me growing up, I was 345 pounds at my largest, and I'm working my way down. I'm at 260 now. I'm trying to get back into my 230 range. My one thing that I never realized, because I'm from Texas, you know, my parents growing up, it was Dr. Pepper and all that fun stuff. You don't realize how many calories you drink. And then when I was partying, like I looked up the amount of calories I drink a night. I would drink 2,500 calories a night between all the sugary stuff and the flavor liquors out there. I used to drink twice what I'd be intaking in food. So like that's something to think about. So when you're going out and you want to get a true head start on it, you want to get a true head start on your goal, and you go, you know what, I'm gonna jump the gun this year. New Year's leading up to my New Year's resolution, the whole week I'm gonna track. I'm gonna do what Derek said. I'm gonna track my thing. Think about this. Man, I had 4 Dos Equis or 4 this, and you put it in MyFitnessPal and you'll see the amount of calories you intake. So we're gonna call this goal number 1 for getting a head start on your New Year's. Track your food. Okay? So we're gonna track your food, and if you're in the area, if you're in the Woodlands area, Spring, North Houston, you want to swing by the gym, talk to us, we're here. But look at getting the gym membership. That's the other thing. If you really want to get in shape, get in the gym and show up. But first, we're gonna track your food and all that stuff. So that's our week 1 goal. Track your calories, and that's how we're gonna see where we're gonna start out. That's where the next evolution is. Tomorrow, we're gonna hammer out a little time for you. So episode 2, I kind of want to go into mental preparedness. What's gonna happen? You know, hey, am I available? Am I ready for a trainer? Do I need a trainer? You know, budgeting for the dietary changes and all that. So I just kind of want to talk about on the next episode of this week of this little mini series we're doing. But guys, Derek and I are both a wealth of knowledge. Derek, how can they get a hold of you?
You can reach me on Instagram, Derek Bird Fitness, on Facebook, you know, my personal page, Derek Bird, or, you know, my business page too, Derek Bird Fitness. So that's gonna be the easiest way to reach me. And you know, once we exchange information, I'm just gonna get your cell phone number and stuff too. So.
And the thing is, guys, he does online coaching. He does do some work with diets. All of my clients, I can write diets. I went ahead and got my dietary certs. I can, but I actually refer them to fitnessvt.com, which is a company that I work very close personally with. The guys over there are amazing. I always steer people that direction because there are guys that are involved with that not only prep some of the best athletes in the world, but I mean, you're talking guys that can go into the meetings with Gatorade and all these different companies and actually teach them. They do the scientific knowledge behind it. And you know, all of my clients here, all the members here at Legacy Barbell get that for free. They get their $100 a month program for free. If you want to look at doing something like that, but you don't want to spend the $100 a month, send me a message and we can get you set up to where technically you'd be a member at the gym and you can still get it for $30 a month, which is, you know, something cool to have. So we'll even set you up that way. But if not, you know, there's plenty of other ways out there, but I always suggest myself or Derek, or even going the fitness VT route. That's the way you're going to start your diet. So you're going to hear us talk about them throughout the week as well, because they have phenomenal results, not just for people from this gym, but top elite fighters like Daniel Cormier, Uriah Faber. They're working with the Atlanta. They're getting on with the NFL teams. I almost spilled out some too much information. You do that. So that's where we are, guys. Remember, respect the grind, leave no doubt. Hit us back with any questions you might have. Like, subscribe, share, and check us out.